Give me 1 second. I'm getting set up right now, just to make the title make sense. Here's that copper pipe I was talking about. I got to get over a couple of humps here, and we'll get kind of set up. Right, Mason boy. Give you guys a 360 view of what you're looking at here. We're just back in the field. Yeah. Just wanted to let everybody know I'm still alive. Oh, I'm going to get us up here. How about that? Still alive. No, I'm not out mushroom picking. I'm just haven't really been feeling too well the past 2 days, actually, but I'm feeling better now, and I slept through a good little bit of the day today, and it's evening time, obviously, and well, I felt good enough to do a live stream. And there's Mason boy right there. Yeah. Yeah, he does want a squirrel. That's for sure. Yeah. Yep. Man, it's been so long since I've done a live stream. I'm trying to remember how to use it. Good evening, Mason boy from North Idaho. He says hello. He's actually tired today. He was chasing squirrels all day long. That's the good thing about Mason, is I can let him outside and I don't have to really worry about him running off. He's really smart. He's a good boy. Yeah. Yeah, we're just hanging out right now. It's probably going to be getting dark here real soon, but I will not have a video out tonight. It's kind of why I'm doing this live stream right now. I'm just, really would rather just check in with my most loyal viewers, the guys and gals that are watching right now. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate you all watching my videos while I upload them daily. And yeah, tomorrow we're going to get right back to it. Update on the sewing machines. I don't know if I'm going to be scrapping those sewing machines. There's a few of them that have bottom plates that are cast aluminum that look like they come off easy, but the majority of the sewing machines, they look like a total pain in the butt to take apart. Probably not worth the amount of cast aluminum that's inside them. So yeah, I already had thoughts of just throwing them straight into aluminum breakage. Mason said that was okay. He was okay with that. So then I was okay with that. Yeah. For people that just joined, to make the title make sense, here's that copper pipe I was talking about. And this is a creator update. So yeah, that's what we're doing. How's everybody else doing today? Anybody do any scrapping today? Anything interesting? Basically, the last 2 days, I felt like I've just been laying around with food poisoning. So, not in any mood to go out and bang on scrap metal. Not when I'm feeling like that. John White says, "Do you plan on going to see Project Shop Florida anytime soon?" Well, yeah, I wanted to go see him a long time ago. I wanted to check out his new pad. Seems like he's got it hooked up real good down there now. He's got himself a real nice wife and dogs and horses and cows. Man, he's a lucky man. He's he's got it all, and he deserves it. Definitely. But I'm just starting out my YouTube career, I guess you could say. And well, I've got a long way to go. I do. But I'm glad to share it with everybody. And these are things that I'll be able to look back on later in my life, and be able to watch it when I get older. I can only imagine, like, if I make it to 60 or 70 and I'm watching my younger self right now, like this live stream. I don't know how long YouTube videos stay posted after a YouTube channel goes dormant. I don't know specifically what happens. I should look into that. But yeah. Sorry, Mason boy. There was a mosquito and I scared him off of the golf cart. Sorry, buddy. Go get a squirrel. Make your daddy proud. He's peeing on a bush. Yeah. Dennis says thanks for the videos. Well, I want to thank you guys for watching them all. Really do appreciate that. Prices are down in West Virginia. Hopefully it will go back up soon. 900 pounds for $56 makes you wonder if it's worth it. Yeah. Definitely makes you wonder if it's worth it or not. At that price, that's something that I kind of preach when I'm out dumpster diving, and you see me take my truck out for scrap metal. In those videos that I do go out for scrap metal, like tin shred with the truck, you see the amounts that I have to pick up to make it worth it. I mean, realistically, when prices are down, you might need like a couple of tons of steel if you're going to make it worth the day. I guess you could say that. John White says you're doing great. Love the videos. Keep it up. I will. All about the last 2 days, really. Well, truth be told, I might have ate some bad pizza 2 days ago, and I've been paying for it. So I don't know if you guys can hear that in the background, but there's a baseball game going on, and they're cheering on the whatever team. I don't play baseball. T-ball when I was young, when I was like, yeah, high. But yeah, that's crazy though. Prices are down for tin shred. How's copper prices going? I mean, last time I turned in number 2 copper was mosquito. Last time I turned in number 2 copper, I think I got like $5 or $5.10, something like that. Glenn Collins. Hey Dusty. How's about you doing a strip wire day? Just wire. Yeah. I have seen your comments, and you've been asking me recently to do that. And maybe on some of the wires that I do save that I wouldn't consider running through my granulator, maybe I'll do um, a wire stripping video on just that. We can probably work that in there. I've just been really busy with, well, I guess I can say that product review that I got coming up. It's coming up real soon, probably next 2-3 days. I should be publishing that, and I'm excited for it. It's a bigger product review, and I'm excited for it. I really am. Yeah. Um, I got like 3 or 4 other ones lined up too, and one of them's for a welder, and one of them's for a pressure washer. And those are a couple of things that I actually could use. Um, got a pretty bad hole in my exhaust. I should fix that soon, and I'll be able to use the new welder. And oof, number 2 copper, 375. Was that a recent dip in number 2 copper prices? That's pretty substantial, isn't it? Yeah. Mason, 375 for number 2 copper. What do you think? Yeah, that's pretty low, man. See his tail go down? He's like, oh, yeah, that's not good. Yeah, tell me if that was a recent dip or not. Leslie, caught you on alive. You've been killing it lately. Oh yeah, there's Mason boy right there. He can come up here. Hey, come on, come up here. Hang out with Daddy. Yeah. Yeah, he's been a good boy the last 2 days. He's been taking care of me. He knows that I've not been feeling well, so he likes ear scratches like that. Mason, is that a good copper pipe? Is that good? It's good. For the title. Oh. Are you traveling to Florida again? I very much want to. I definitely want to. As you know, here in the U.S., inflation has gotten pretty bad on certain things, like gas prices and this and that. One of my previous videos, I actually mentioned it, like the amount that it would take for me in fuel in value just to get to Florida, like a one-way shot, and it's a lot of money. It's just something that I have to make sure that I am prepared for. My first trip to Florida, I'm very lucky that I actually made it there in one piece, me and Mason. As much as I enjoyed that trip, it was not really, I'm not going to say it wasn't worth it, but I'm going to say it wasn't worth it not being prepared for it. Let's just say that. And with all the upgrades that I've gotten to my truck, my travel trailer, and this, that, and the other thing, I should be much more prepared this time around. Definitely. One other big thing that I want to do to the truck is that my service truck, my stake truck, I have dual fuel tanks on there. That truck holds a lot of fuel, but only one of the tanks are operational. The other one, it needs to get dropped and dumped and emptied out. The fuel neck is basically non-existent. It rotted out. The second tank. Yeah, I just use the first one right now, but if I had dual tanks in double dual tanks full, I wouldn't have to stop every hour and a half to fill up again. I couldn't even count how many times I ran that truck out of gas and was dumping a 5 gallon can into it on the side of the freeway. I don't want to do that no more. So dual fuel tanks for me and Mason Boy. Yeah. John White, Mason Boy says hello. Yes, that was footage from last year. Now, basically, what I've been noticing during my uploads, like how I recreated and remastered that video, that was literally from three different video uploads. And you know how I upload videos daily. So the issue with like the daily uploads is that I'm either able to work at the bench and get a certain amount of scrap metal done, or say I go dumpster diving and get a certain amount of dumpster diving, or get enough footage to go to the scrapyard, and those would all be separate categorized episodes in order, day to day. Now, if I take those 3 days of episodes and I collage them together, like say those stator motors, I was able to basically Picasso together a full video from actually finding the scrap metal, processing the scrap metal, and then turning in the scrap metal and have it all in one video, which makes the video to me feels much more complete. You guys can see the full process from start to finish, from recovery to actually turning in the scrap metal. And I honestly feel like that makes better content. And to be honest with you, I was so surprised, everybody. Like within the first hour of me uploading that video, I was checking my analytics and it was 1 out of 10. It was like apparently the best video I ever made in a while. And honestly, I think that's due to it was a complete story all in one video. It makes sense, right? Hey, man. Thank you. Take my English money now. Oh, I appreciate you. I really do. Man, I'm trying to like it and it won't let me. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, my laptop acts funny. I'm only connected to a cell phone right now, so if it's jittery or lagging, my apologies. I'm nowhere near my high speed internet, which has been a lifesaver. I'm that much closer to being able to upload 4K videos um, very fast. I guess I could say my new computer is great. Everything is great about it. Um, there was one part yesterday where it did like it crashed or something. I don't know. I've never seen a computer crash like that, but like it basically just rebooted itself and then everything was normal again. You know. Yes, yes, my good friend. I'm feeling much better today. I felt like crap this morning and all the way through the afternoon. So I just kind of slept while Mason was out getting squirrels, and he would come back in every now and then to check on me, and he's such a good boy. I'm very lucky to have him in my life. Definitely. Hmm. We got some awesome content coming up here real soon involving me and Mason Boy and that product review, which is going to be like an awesome. I don't know how long. I think it's only like a 15 or 20-minute video. And this product review definitely involves scrap metal, so you'll enjoy that. I hope. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. And I can't really review too much more after that fact. So yeah, Mason, what are you looking at, buddy? Yeah, he's a good boy. Alex, thank you, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate all y'all that are watching right now. Man, if only I could remember certain functions on this live stream. That's one thing I need to retrain myself. And one other thing I want to mention. I know it's starting to actually get dark already, but one other thing I want to mention is that I became eligible for a YouTube boot camp, I guess you could say. Um, they pick a special selection of YouTube creators, and they only do it for so many because only so many people can enroll into it or get called for to do it, I guess. But I'm gonna be. It's basically like attending like a school program, I guess you could say, and it's really supposed to help me with content creation, learning a lot more about how YouTube works. The whole inner workings of it, how other people benefit in different ways. It's a way for other creators like me and whoever else will be there. I don't know who will be there, but we'll all be able to like congregate to each together and actually come up with better ideas, and we'll be able to share our ideas. um, it's a very interesting program, and I'm just totally blessed that they sent me an invitation for it. So I don't know how much time that will consume, but it's 2 times a week I have to attend, or else they kick me out, basically, because there's creators lined up at the door for these opportunities, and I don't want to not take that opportunity. I really want to learn. I really want to learn a lot more um, about creating and YouTube in general. It can only benefit me in the long run to know those things. So I don't know what that's going to do with my daily uploads. I don't know if that it will affect my daily uploads. I hope it won't. But with this new computer, I've been able to, realistically shave off like 2 extra hours a day off of computer work because of how fast my new computer is. And I really give my computer guy props for how well the job he did on this thing, man. It's lightning fast. I uploaded a 4K video today, a 20-minute 4K video, and it took 3 minutes flat. Not uploaded, but like editing and exporting, I should say. Hmm. The UK copper, UK's copper dry bright is 8. So like, is that good prices for you right now, or is that prices that are dipping? That's interesting. Thanks for sharing those prices with me. Joe says knowledge is power. Knowledge is definitely power. And that's something that I need a lot more, is the knowledge and the know-how. I can honestly say before YouTube, I hardly even knew how to use a computer. Um, I found my first GoPro out of a dumpster. That GoPro Hero 6. That's how I started this channel, if you could believe it. And the same thing with my very first laptop. I found that in a dumpster too. Same night, actually, I think. Yeah. Now that I think about it, pretty crazy. It's like how the stars align. It was like a sign, man. They that night gave me everything I needed to begin a YouTube channel. And again, my computer guy, that's the guy that fixed the laptop that I found in the dumpster. He's asking like, don't you just want to buy a new laptop or a new computer or something? And not everybody's made of money. And I thought it was justifiable to maybe start a YouTube channel with something that I pulled out of a dumpster, you know. Can't get any more authentic than that. Hmm. Leslie, agree with Joe? I agree with Joe. Pounds. Yes. That's what that symbol is. Yes. Pounds. Alex says a gift from God. It very well could have been. Yeah. Oh, something I can say. I was able to put those. Remember those gold rings and stuff that I found dumpster diving that one night. I was able to put that on a scale, and I found out how much in weight in gold with that 18 karat necklace. Um, there's like, what was it? It was like, oh man, I think it was like 18 or 19 grams of gold came from that. That was nice. That was a good find. That was the most of any gold that I have ever found. And if anybody that's watching right now doesn't know what I'm talking about, just go back in the videos and start looking at thumbnails. You'll find it. So I didn't take it to a jeweler. I actually brought it to my computer guy when I was there looking at the computer. He has a scale in there, and I was able to weigh them out there. If I remember it right, it was it was like it was like 18 or 19 grams of gold, something or another like that. But yeah, too bad I couldn't find more. But no, luck happens sometimes, and you know, I'm just grateful to be out there and able to still jump up into dumpsters to find treasures like that. And I'm so grateful to be able to share it with all y'all. Right, Mason boy? Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Ah, ah. Ah. I'm pretty sure I just swallowed a bug that was in this Pepsi. It's not good. Oh. Yep. What happened with the drone? What? Well, it's what didn't happen was the problem is that like I don't know. I don't know if it's just how I don't know if it's just about how cheap electronics are nowadays or if it's just my luck with drones, but like I didn't even get it in the air. It had a complete motherboard failure and a supposed gyro malfunction or something or another. And what happened was I go and put the battery in the drone, and then it automatically thinks it's free falling out of the sky and it's trying to it does this safety feature that tries to keep it in the air and it tries to stop itself from free falling. But the issue is that the drone wasn't even in the air. It didn't even fly at all. It thought it was falling to its death. So basically what it did was it put the battery in, and then it would just spin full tilt, like the propellers would be just whoa, and it wouldn't go nowhere up, but it would tip up on its side and it would start chewing and destroying the props. Um, all with the controller piece not even being on. I had no control over it. I couldn't tell it to stop. It wouldn't stop. It wouldn't listen to me, and all I could do was sit there and watch it destroy itself. And it didn't. It in the end, it didn't do drone stuff. It was not doing drone stuff. I don't, and I asked Google about this issue, and it told me about that specific model, and that sometimes they are known to do that and to just have a complete failure. Like it went full Christine on me. If you guys know the movie Christine, the killer car, it was acting like that. It was blinking red, spinning furiously, wasn't listening to me. I was telling it no. I was saying bad drone, and it didn't care. So I turned it in, and they gave me a refund, but they wouldn't give me the full refund. Basically, what I mean by that is, um, they couldn't refund me the full $1,000 back. They can't. They can't take that much money out of their till and refund it to one person. But they can take that much money from you when it comes to first buying the product, but they can't refund that much money out of the till. Something against it, I don't know. But I went and I bought a third GoPro. They have a new model that came out, and it's called the GoPro Lite. And basically, it's a miniature GoPro. It's like probably one third the size of a GoPro Hero 12, and it's got a built-in light module, so you don't really need to have any light attachments for it. It's built in. I thought that was very interesting, and I was thinking about trying it for dumpster diving because it's a third of the size, and it's so much lighter than the other one. So if it's lighter on my head, it would probably wouldn't bother me as much at night. And well, I just figured it was a good thing to try. It was like the GoPro itself, it was only like $220 or something. But the guy told me, long story short, if you spend $200 here at the store now, we can refund you all the rest of the money back that you spent on the drone. And I said, okay, let's do it. Because I didn't like any of the other drone choices they had. I did not want to exchange it for another one of the same model either, because I don't, I feel like if I had the same model, I'd bring it home and it would probably do the same thing to me just out of spite, you know. And it's getting darker, and it does look like the screen is black and white now. It's like old fashioned looking. Does that look like that on your end? Can anybody tell me? Yep. Okay. Free Pepsi. Yes. Actually, this is one of the free Pepsis from last year. I still have it. There can't be another bug in there. I must have drunk whatever bug crawled up in there. I can still kind of feel it in the back of my throat. It's nasty. Not nasty. It's just anybody ever drink a soda that you left out, have an ant crawl in it or something, and you ever drink an ant? It's not enjoyable. I did that once, um, last year, and it was a couple of big carpenter ants that got in there, and I didn't swallow them, but they landed on my tongue and they bit down on my tongue so hard it made me just freak out and throw the Pepsi can. I was spitting ants out, man. Oh, hey, they like sugar too. Everybody likes sugar. Oh yeah, I better show off that copper pipe again. It's the title, copper pipe, and creator update. See, yeah, okay. 35 people watching right now. I appreciate all 35 of you for being here and watching. Um, I should start doing live streams more on a regular occasion because that would definitely help give me a break from uploading daily because this still technically counts as an upload, this live stream. Yeah. Um, Hi, Mary. Thank you for joining in. Okay, I gotta catch up with some questions here. See if I can wash this bug down with another drink of Pepsi, though. Sorry, guys. Yeah. All right. Everybody can hear me okay, right? Electronic Scrapper. Hello, Mr. Merchant Metals. It's great to see you too, buddy. Um, you're the ones that you're the one that's buddies with Mike, right? Definitely, yeah. I recall. You were the one that was holding out on the air compressor. Okay. Ooh, you had a bee in your soda. What kind of bee was that? Oh, that must have been terrible. I mean, a honeybee might have been like the most forgiving bee to be caught up in your drink and then accidentally try to drink it. But like, I can only imagine if it was like an aggressive wasp or like a bald faced hornet. That's one that you don't want to drink. You don't want to try to drink a bald faced hornet or bald faced wasp. That would be terrible. Yeah, a honeybee. That's if it were to happen to me, I'd rather it be a honeybee. Oh yeah. Yeah, electronic scrapper. You've been to Mike's a couple of times. I actually seen that in a live stream at one point. One of Scrapping Irish's live streams. I remember seeing you pop in there. That was cool. And I only live like I think I only live like an hour away from Mike, maybe a little bit more. I'm north of him for sure, a ways north, but yeah, I should make the time to go and see him. I remember that he recalled that he went to go do a casino trip, and that's something I should have told him. Like, hey, I'll go to the casino with you. That sounded like it'd be fun. Go to MGM Detroit Casino. I've only been there once in my lifetime. Yep. I didn't do good. I lost money. Let's just say I lost money there, but still had fun. Papa Scrap, man. How's it going, dude? Um, Papa Scrap. Well, I apologize, but what was it? You that just had a recent health crisis? Not crisis, but issue. Did you recently have a like a stroke or heart attack, or am I thinking of a different scrapper? I don't know if that was you, man. Hope you're feeling better. Lost a finger. What? When did you lose a finger? Yes, in that stator find from yesterday, or that That was a collage of three episodes from last year. I collaged them and remastered a video to be able to make it like a, like a from dumpster dive to scrapyard type deal. And and a heart attack. Yeah, heart attack. That's what I heard. I heard that from somebody. And that's one thing is, man, I watch all you scrappers. Any of y'all that upload videos, I watch the majority of them. You know, all the way from yeah. Wait, hang on 1 second. The heck is that out there? Something rustling around in the bushes. I've been having a big old fat raccoon hanging around my trailer. I had to start putting my trash bags up into the back of my stake truck because the little bugger keeps tearing up my bags, and I'm not angry at him for tearing into the bags. I know what he's doing. I know why he's getting in there, and I just didn't know he was coming around looking for food up until I started noticing the messes. And he is not a nimble feller. I tell you what, man. When he gets up into the trash can, he's banging on the side of the trailer and being all loud. Like, he woke me up one time. He woke me and Mason up. And yeah, so what I've been doing was every night I've been putting a slice of pizza out there for him. One night specifically, I stuck three different slices of pizza out there about an hour apart. Every single time I stuck my head out that door, the slice was gone. So that just tells me that that raccoon lives probably somewhere pretty close. Yep. Yeah, so Papa Scrap, man, that heart attack, was it like, is that something that you're still recovering from, or was it like a mild type of heart attack, or was it a critical one? The closest thing I've had to that was a heat stroke, and it was a bad heat stroke. That's what ended my concrete construction career. I don't know if anybody of you knew that, but before scrap metal, I was a construction worker, and I poured concrete, lots of it. Um, Heat stroke took me out. 2 stints, 90% and 70%. Man, gosh, that's got to be rough, brother. Now, how are you feeling now, and how long has it been since that happened? Yeah, a gas motor on the golf cart would sure be nice. Yeah, it's actually getting really dark out here now. But I kind of do like the electric motor on the cart too. It's nice and quiet, and sometimes I can come down here and I can sneak right up on animals and deer and stuff. What other hobbies do I like doing? Okay, I can get into that a little bit. Um, for hobbies, well, I don't really make a lot of extra time for hobbies, to be honest with you. With scrapping and uploading videos daily, you guys would be so surprised how many hours I don't make for how many extra hours I don't make for myself to do other things. But if I had to make a choice, hobbies, fishing. I love fishing. I could go out and sit on the side bank of a pond or a lake for 5 hours straight and go fishing and not have a care in the world. You know, is that something that you guys would be cool with at some point? Because A live stream like this works out for me. I'm using my phone and my laptop to do this. I could be out fishing and do a live stream, and I'll bring, you know, so it's scrap content too. I'll bring a copper pipe with me, you know, but I assure you it'd be just as exciting to watch me reel in a largemouth bass. That's always fun. But that's a hobby I most definitely want to get right back into is fishing. And Mason loves to come with me too. He likes watching me reel one in. The water sluice and granulator. Well, I'm going to be investing into a new set of carbide blades and a smaller diameter screen in hopes that that processes the wire that I do throw in there 100%. By that I mean all insulation being removed from all copper, and then the water sluice should be very thorough with how clean it comes out. Because last year I was having problems with certain wires passing through my screen and not being processed, and that's just due to having the wrong size screen. Not that I'm saying it's the wrong size screen, it's just the wrong size for certain size wires, smaller wires, anyways. Yeah. But once I get the new blades and a smaller diameter screen, that setup should be more efficient than anything I've ever put together. I guess you could say. Because last year it was doing really good. You know, I was cleaning that material up to like, I don't know. I mean, some people would say even up to 95% pure copper. You know, with very little impurities. And for not having a machine that actually separates it all, I seen the copper catcher's granulator set up. I like it. It's cool. It sure does do a lot of functions for the machine that it is. Um, you know, my granulator is geared just toward chopping. You know, and the massive transformer and everything I have powering it. Some people may think that's overkill, but I think it's underkill. I love to. The heck is that? Something's ruffling around out there in the bushes. Mason, you stay here. If that's a skunk, I don't need you going over there and getting sprayed because you'd be sleeping outside. Okay. I just lost my thought process. Went right out the window when I thought there was a skunk out there. Anyways, comments are rolling in. Yeah, Papa Scrap, man, you're a tough guy. You were in for the weekend and back at it on Tuesday. Wow. Yep. Tough guy, man. Yeah, I'm over here saying I ate a bad slice of pizza or something and I got food poisoning for 2 days. Yeah. You know, when I was back at working construction, there was times where I would get food poisoning or get really sick like that, and I'd go to work the next day and just try to walk it off. And man, sometimes you just can't walk it off. Yeah, happened on a Good Friday. I'm on I'm on the Washington coast. Come over and do a salmon and halibut fishing trip. That would be cool. So you go salmon and halibut fishing? Did YouTube start off as a hobby for you? Well, um, I could say that, well, how it all started was I was out dumpster diving for scrap metal, and this was probably, I would say, a month or two after the heat stroke that I had that put me out of work. Um, I was sitting around, I was watching YouTube, and I kind of pondered upon Project Shop Florida, and I was watching dumpster diving stuff and Mike the Scavenger, and from Mike the Scavenger, I was watching that stuff. Then I was watching other channels that were similar style content, and and I enjoyed watching it, I guess you could say. And kind of that's what got me into actually dumpster diving myself. I figured, look at all this stuff that they're going out and finding, and then they're cashing in for decent wage. Like, that's a lot better than me just sitting around all depressed because I can't work the trade that I've done my whole life. That's the one thing I could say is, if you're a tradesman and you can no longer fulfill your trade, that puts you in a bad way mentally in your head. It did to me. And that's just something that I wouldn't wish that pain on anybody. I wouldn't. But watching YouTube and then watching the dumpster diving scene, the scrap metal content, and Project Shop Florida, I got hooked on watching his content, and it was like the first time I actually got excited about wanting to get out there and go do something again. And I kind of built it from there. Then that one night when I was out dumpster diving, I found a GoPro and a laptop out of the trash. And right then and there, I told myself, this is a sign. I have to start a YouTube channel. And I basically spent, you know, the next 4, 5, 6 months basically making myself learn how to use a computer, how to use a smartphone. I knew how to use these things, but not for social media. That's a whole other ball game. You can go on a computer and check the weather or this or that or the other thing, but to be able to create a YouTube account and start creating videos, that was a lot for me to learn. And I think I've come a long way. But yeah, so that was like the longest answer ever. Sorry about that, Julie. Me, you, and some others need to get together. That would be cool, man. That would be cool. If you're ever in the area, you're more than welcome to stop and fish in the pond at my work. Guaranteed you'll catch quite a bit. Sweet. Electronic Scrapper, don't you live right down in Ohio? Is that right? You're in Ohio? In Skunk Attack, yeah. Skunks are real around here. I tell you what, man. That's something that Mason's been sprayed 3 times in his life, and he's killed 2 of those 3. For when he gets sprayed, he takes offensive to that big time, and 2 of the poor skunks didn't make it out of that. Yeah, Mason's crazy sometimes, man. I tell you what. I love you, Mason boy. He's right there. Mason, hey, what are you looking at? hmm. Mostly salmon, but a little bit of halibut. Cool. Yeah, mosquitoes are getting real out here right now. They see the light off the computer and they're all like homing in on me. It's one thing I'll never get used to is having a mosquito in your ear hole going. Yep. Okay. How how did it take? Wait. How did it take before you got the route? Oh, okay. You're asking about my scrapping route. Okay. Well, that's something that I could kind of talk about here real quick. Is that my scrapping route? It changes all the time. As you guys know, dumpsters they come and go. Um, a lot of the spots that I do like to check that are newer spots, I guess you could say, are buildings that are being rehabbed. Those are some of the best ones to actually jump in and look for scrap metal because the ones that are being rehabbed are the ones or the projects that are just being rushed along as quickly as possible to get the building back up to code so another business can come in and basically rehab the building. So types of construction businesses and demolition businesses like that, they don't care about the scrap metal. Most of them out my way, they don't care about it. They throw it all in the can and let it be because they get paid way more to complete the job and move to the next one than it pays for the scrap metal. You know, there's smart demolition companies out there. There is. Remove It Pros in Florida, man. They have an awesome scrapping program over there, as well as all the other work they pick up. And then he runs the whole resale thing, and that's just great. Wow, you got a lot of employees over there, and that's amazing, you know. But anyway, where's the hype button? I don't know where the hype button is. But either way, carefully building a route for scrapping, it changes all the time, basically. I'll use my phone and I'll use Google Maps and I'll use pinpoints. And I update those pinpointed areas and I basically just connect the dots and whatever's most convenient for me. And that's the way that I would go. Obviously, I would probably say my top 20 places that I go and check regardless, because there's always going to be those companies that are always throwing stuff out no matter what they do in their line of work. Plumbers, HVAC companies, places like that. Those are always all good places to go check. Fire and water restoration businesses, surprisingly, good place to go check. You'll be surprised what you pull out of them. That's for sure. Because think about it. I will say this one thing with fire and water restoration businesses, most of their jobs are insurance jobs. If there's water damaged houses, everything gets pitched because it's all insurance. It's all paid for. So everything that's damaged, doesn't matter what's in it, it all goes. So you don't know if there's valuables or this or that or the other thing in those items. As long as you don't mind through picking through wet boxes and mold and this and that and the other thing, just eat your vitamins and have a strong immune system. That's the only thing I can really say. And then you might find some good stuff. Pretty much. Yeah. We're coming up on 1 hour. We're coming up on 1 hour right now. We're going to keep going for a little while longer. But I got about 50 mosquito bites on my neck and my arms. We are getting chewed up right now. Mason seems to be fine. Um, What's up, buddy? RJK, hello. Richard Young. I find a lot of old houses. Or a lot of old houses and tear downs. Yeah. Yeah, that's another good thing, good place to look. That's for sure. My scrapping route depends on the area. Pickups are done on separate days depending on its location. Yeah, definitely. Electronic scrapper, do you do a lot of curbside, or do you dumpster dive, industrial locations, or this or that? Um, to me, it kind of sounds like for your scrap route depends on your area. You say pickups are done on separate days depending on its location. Yeah. Um, hey, hi, Naples, Frank. I will get to your message here in 1 second. I got a few up ahead here. Mary, I only get the hype button when I view on my phone. On my PC, it doesn't show up. That is correct. I believe you can only hype on your phone, off of a mobile device. I don't know why that's the case, but that's something I'll definitely be finding out once I start attending this YouTube boot camp program. These are a lot of answers that I'll be able to answer. Um, Definitely that hype button question is a good question to ask. Something that I don't know yet, though. Starfish, you're gorgeous, and Mason is so cute. I love the videos, and lives are great. Well, thank you. I truly appreciate you stopping in and enjoying this live stream. Um, here's a copper pipe. It's scrap metal. Yeah. Thank you again. Great channel. Thank you, Garcia. Naples Frank. Hey, dude, what's up? I'm doing okay. I'm fighting. I'm fighting mosquitoes right now. Actually, Mason, come on, buddy. Come on, up. He doesn't like when I clap my hands. Um, it scares him. Don't know why. He knows that I'm swatting at mosquitoes, but you're fine, Mason boy. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. My baby boy. He's not letting me touch the clicker. I'll pet you with this hand, okay? Yeah, you're a good boy. Okay, so I'm not sure if you read my messages from yesterday, but I wish you would do more teardowns. And yeah, it's definitely one thing that I probably should start doing is more teardowns. It's just, I got to get the yard caught up first. It's one thing is I actually thought about like just doing like an hour long time lapse of just like fast forward of me just attacking the whole yard of scrap metal and just like drink a bunch of energy drinks and like just and just do like a 12-hour scrapathon in the middle of each parts of like time lapse. I'll be swinging the magic machete around and just getting it done. Try to anyways, but like I just thought maybe if I did some kind of a time lapse type video like that, I'll be able to get caught up and I would feel better about bringing home more items that I have to do more detailed teardowns on because for me the detailed teardowns they take longer times for me to edit, and seeing that I upload videos daily and I'm only a one-man band, I don't have an editor or somebody doing this while I'm actually creating the videos or recording. It's a tight ship. It's a lot of work, and that's something that I just want you guys to know is that sometimes I choose not to do specific things because of the fact that I don't have the room or the ability or be able to make the time to do it. And if I did do a detailed teardown, it'd be like a half baked video because you know, yeah, it's just like for instance, my last video upload, that was three separate episodes. That was three different videos. The only way I'm able to do a detailed teardown and actually do like a from beginning to end is if maybe I had like three, just like I did that last upload, the three episodes I put in the one. That basically kind of explains where I'm at with that. I just believe me, I more detailed teardown videos. I would love to. I just got to figure it all out first. And that's where I'm at with that. Bedtime, big day tomorrow. God's blessings. Always stay safe. Thank you, man. Papa Scrap, I hope you have a good night's rest. And we'll see you on the next one, man. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. There's a scrapper in Scotland. He could be your long lost cousin. Very similar to William Scrap Metal on YouTube. Are you talking about Scrapping Scotland? Because I know him. He's responsible for making my music video, Merchant Metals music video. He made that for me. Not only he does scrap metal content, but he also creates music, which is very interesting. And if it's not Scrapping Scotland, Julie, can you send me the YouTube link over, or just type his name in so I can check it out later? Yeah, Alex, I was thinking about just going crazy on the yard and I had a mosquito fly right into my retina, right into my eyeball. Yep. But yeah, I think you're right. I think I should just go crazy on the backyard and get caught up because like it's just crazy, man. Like I'll go dumpster diving twice a week, and then by the time said and done, I'll have only got as far as processing wise is what I picked that week. So then everything that's still backlogged is all backlogged still, and there's no catching up. You know what I mean? That's just the end result in uh, uploading videos daily. It's very very hard to stay on track. But like I said, if I find just some quick way to like say, all right, like say tomorrow I feel awesome, right? We'll do a 12-hour time lapse. I'll just plug my GoPro into Ogre Camping Fan and have infinite power. And I'll just do like a, however long my SD card will hold. We'll just do that long in scrap metal, time lapse or whatever, and just get it all caught up or something. Because I mean, I at this point, man, I feel like I'm just like spinning my wheels. There's scrappers here that are watching and listening to me right now. Have you guys ever felt overwhelmed by a bunch of scrap metal before? I'm not. I know I'm not the only one. I I can't be the only one. You know, and that's just the way the world is. We live in a throwaway world now. The amount of scrappers in the world isn't even competing with the amount of scrap that is entering into this world. You know, that's why so much ends up in landfills, is because there's just not enough manpower to recycle it. There's just enough manpower to dump it. You get rid of it. That's why more people like us are needed, I think. Hmm. What do I use for editing software? Well, I use my editing platform is Clipchamp. I know what you're gonna say. You know, it's probably not the best editing platform to use or this or that, but they've been making a lot of changes lately, and I've been having a lot of faith in them. Uh, to correct all the things that are kind of crummy about their platform, and they've made a lot of upgrades and they've done a lot of good things lately. And I am kind of impressed with how the performance is of their software and everything. It's just well, they've sucked in the past big time. And believe me, I've tried to learn different editing platforms other than Clipchamp, but it's like once you've learned how to use a specific platform, it is so hard to move on to a different one. Moving on to a different one is almost like trying to learn, like, it's almost like trying to get me to learn Spanish. And I got to do it in one day because I got to keep videos coming out daily, you know. So it's almost like I'm stuck with Clipchamp in a way. But yeah, okay, let's keep going here. Um, the YouTube channel is called William Scrap Metal. Okay, yeah, well, yeah, I've seen him before. I thought he was so he is from Scotland. I thought he was from, for some reason I thought he was from Ireland or something. But no, I have seen his channel, and he's got an impressive workshop, and more power to it, man. He's got it good over there. That's for sure. I like his shop. I like all of his machines. He's a good guy. He's a good guy to learn how to do detailed teardowns and breakdowns of things. You know, you can watch me if you want to see someone jump into a dumpster. You know? Either way, we're all doing our part to do responsible recycling. Either if it's more professional or just some hooligan with a whopped out Toyota Avalon going dumpster diving at the middle of the night. Either way, we're all doing our part to save materials from landfills and or just in general of recycling responsibly. Yeah. And I promote that heavily in my own weird little ways. Yeah. Yeah, me and William, we kind of look alike, but I don't think we're anywhere near the same. Yeah, I come up with out of the box ideas all the time, and well, yeah, uh, I can be unpredictable at times. I think that's what makes some of my videos and my channel interesting in a way. Everybody's different in this world. If everybody was the same, how lame would it be, right? Okay, let's keep going though. I don't know what's gonna die first, my phone or my laptop. So let's see if I can get another. Let's see if I can drink another bug out of that soda. Hang on, I'm thirsty. Oh, Mason, we're gonna have to ride out of the woods in the dark, man. This golf cart. I got weak batteries on here. They're marine style batteries. I don't have golf cart style batteries, so they don't hold a charge worth the crap. So it's either we drive in the dark and hope we make it out of the woods, or a chance using the halogen light that's on the front, and then run out of batteries and not get back up the hill. It's one or the other. But yeah, I wish I had Mason's eyes because I know he can see in the dark. Okay. Health Wilson says you took a week off and got everything, and got my pile under control. That's awesome. I am proud of anybody that can say that they did that. I'm proud of you. I I have a scrap metal hoarding problem, and I'm trying to fix it. And yeah, it's just gonna have to be a crazy long time lapse video or something coming up here soon for me to actually get caught up on it. Yep. It's either that or scrappers unite. Let me get 2 or 3 extra sets of hands over here and we'll just bang everything out in one day. That would be cool. Get Papa Scrap over here. Electronic Scrapper, get you to come up. I'll pay for your gas. Get E-Waste Mike over there. E-Waste Mike can come over so we can, you know, so he can harass me. Hopefully he's not watching right now. That's okay if he is. Anyways. Hello, Merchant Metals and Mason from Atlanta. Love your videos. Give Mason Boy a hug for me. I will. Thank you. Mason, they say hello. Okay. Yeah, if it looks like it's black and white, it's because it's dark out. The screen light is all you guys get to see me on. Yeah. Naples Frank. Dusty, I told Derek last week that my wife got scammed for 65,000. What? I'm sick over it. We were going to use that money to go towards a new home. What happened? 65K? What? Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, scammers can just oof. That's not good, man. Wow. I'm sorry that happened. I mean, you don't have to explain how it happened, but like if you want to, you can. But I'm sorry that happened to you, man. If somebody scammed me out of, I mean, if I had 65 grand, if someone tried to scam me out of it, I would find out where they live and drive my truck straight through their whatever they live in. you know, that's what I would do. And I would end up in jail probably. But 65K, that is a huge number to get scammed out of. Oh my God. Shoot me an email or a text or something if you want to tell me a little bit about who those bastards are. Excuse my language. Oh man. Okay, Oddball Express. What's up, buddy? Try it from my perspective. I own a scrapyard in Kansas. You can imagine the amount of material I deal with. I can imagine. I help my scrapyard every now and then. The one that I go to, I help them out, and I see what the hustle is like, and it gets crazy. It does get crazy when there's 8 or 10 or 12 cars piled up for the non-ferrous line, and that can be stressful. I could see that from any perspective like that. But what's your busiest time of the season? let me know. Electronic Scrapper, I gotta give it to you. My last video was crap for my current. I won't upload anything until I find something different. Thanks for the input. Hey, yeah, I appreciate you. Mason, what is that over there? That better not be a skunk over there, man. I think I smell a skunk. We might have to hightail it out of here. Oh no. Mason, you stay here. He's looking over there hardcore. You stay here. Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, uploading videos daily can just be, it can be a hassle sometimes, you know. And there's reasons for me using the tools that YouTube offers. Like you guys know, my thumbnails, they look different. They they look like they're generated, obviously. Um, those are things that I am doing to save time and to be able to gain back time that I need for for my actual health. Like I actually need a certain amount of time per day to myself to collect, my I can be real scatterbrained at times if it's just if it's just me doing everything from start to finish when it comes to creating videos. It can be it can be mentally painful, but it's just, YouTube offers me certain tools to make that part of my life easier, and I'd be crazy not to take those helping hands that they offer. And I think that's a lot more about that boot camp, that YouTube boot camp thing that I'm going to be attending. Um, I feel like they're going to provide a lot of helpful insight on specific things that I can actually relay back to others, like say like on a live stream. Okay. Jeffrey, hey Dusty, thank you for the amazing videos you post for everyone to watch. Jeffrey, I really appreciate you watching them. You know, I try to keep them entertaining as much as possible. Um, everything is done on a time limit. So all the sound went out. Can anybody else hear me, or can you not hear me no more? Naples Frank, have a good night, man. Hopefully you get some good sleep, and next scammer I meet, I'm gonna kick him in the nuts for you, okay? All right, man. Good night, buddy. Julie says we can hear you. So you heard me when I said I'm gonna kick a scammer in the nuts? Because that's something I will do if I meet one. Still on. Okay, thank you. Spring and summer is the busiest times for Oddball Express's scrapyard. Yeah, spring and summer definitely. Well, winter time, yeah, it's definitely a slow down. That's for sure. When are you going to get the copper sluice going? Well, I gotta upgrade a couple of parts. I got to get a new set of carbide blades, and I'm going to get a smaller diameter size screen, hoping that it will produce a much cleaner copper at the end of my water sluice. And I'm hoping that will fix the majority of the problem I was having last year. And if you're not familiar with the problem I was having last year, just kind of go back in the videos and check it out. Pretty much. Hey, Peter. I'm doing pretty good, man. Just hanging in there. I'm out in the middle of the woods in the dark. I'm here with my Mason boy. He's laying down right there. See him? Mason. Hey, Mason, say hi to everybody. No, he doesn't want to say hi, no. But yeah, we're out in the middle of the woods. It's dark now, and yeah, hopefully we can make it out of here. We'll be okay. But yeah, I'm just kind of hanging out, talking to everybody, and I'm glad all 30 or 40 of you decided to stop in and hang out. Very much appreciated. I decided not to monetize this live stream, so there's no ads. I believe that still counts as an upload. I hope it does. Yep. Sounds like the start of a murder mystery. Yeah. There's a skunk out here somewhere. I can smell it. That's why I told Mason to stay on the golf cart. Or Mason will create a murder mystery with a skunk. Because if he gets sprayed, he tries to, if he gets sprayed by a skunk, he goes for the kill. Yeah. There's not much I'm going to want to do to get in the way of that. Except yell at him from a distance. Get away from him. No, Mason, no. Oh, man. Yeah. When Mason gets sprayed by a skunk, it's torture for me because I stay in a very close, small quarters. So if he smells like a skunk, I'm definitely smelling like a skunk. There's no way around it. Yep. Oh, Dale. Hello, Dale. What's up, buddy? Peter says it's 3:18. 3:18 here. Papa Metals is live. Huh? I've been working on a near tabletop granulator and separator machine for a while now. For as small as it is, I get at best a kilo of copper an hour. That's not bad. Awesome, man. Yeah, I'd like to see a little video on that. If you upload any video on something like that, I'd love to watch it. Alex, yeah. uh, Pop can. Yeah, yeah, Peter. Guess what? I got a lot of in the backyard. A lot of pop cans. There's so many bags of pop cans back there. I've been hiding them. I'm pretty sure I've been stuffing them underneath the trailer. Oh, got a lot of pop cans. I got to start turning them in. Pop can metals. Popkin. Squirrel poop? Did you poop? Huh? I'm gonna stay on live right now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start slowly meandering with the golf cart back up the hill, and hopefully we make it. So I'm going to put this right down here. Okay. And I'm going to aim it back up so you can see us. But we're going to start heading back up the hill. Because if we start moving, I'm not going to get chewed up by mosquitoes no more. Get on your side, mate. No, you stay there. Okay, you stay there. What is that? What is that? Huh? Who is that? Who is that? He's looking at you guys. All right. Oh, God, I can't see anything. I'm going to have to use the light just to get out into the soft grass over here. Oh, boy. Oy. Oh, no. I can't tell where any of the big holes are back here. There's huge potholes and stuff in the ground. And all right, there we go. We're good. That's better. Now I can shut that halogen light off because that halogen light drains the battery so fast that it kills the golf cart, and then I'll be walking back with my laptop and just leave the cart down here, down the hill. Nothing like driving a golf cart in the dark in the middle of the woods, right? Hopefully I don't run into a skunk, get sprayed on the golf cart. Oh boy. That's better. Boy. Ah. Here's the last thing I picked up today. I didn't pick it up today, but it was a couple days back before I started feeling sick. I got 3 big old bags of aluminum siding from a house that was kind of nearby, and well, I got that, and that's going to be a part of the next load. So there's the beast. Yeah. See that old Toyota just sitting there all majestically, like, yeah. I love that truck. Yep. Oh, I gotta back into my spot though. Hang on. I'm fumbling my laptop. Oh shit. Hang on. A little tight squeeze. Oh, good. I didn't just hit the aluminum, okay? Oh, Mason boy. You tell everybody hello and wish everybody a good evening. No? You okay? Yeah. You can go. Go check for squirrels. Oh. Okay. Mason is definitely ready for bed. Dale says, "Did you breathe some mold?" Possibly. Are you asking like for reasons of maybe that's why I was sick? I think maybe I was eating some bad pizza. It felt more like food poisoning. Watch out for that squirrel poop, Mason boy. Yeah. No, don't tell him to watch out for it because then he'll roll in it. You stay here, Mason. There's a dog barking in the distance, and he was like, "What's that?" Hey, Peter. It's good to see you popping in, buddy. It could have been the dumpster cookies. Actually, I've been laying off of those lately. Yeah. That's one thing I want to start doing is I'm healthy for the most part. I am. But I could always be healthier. I would really like to get back in shape. And by back in shape, I mean, well, when I was younger, let's just say, I used to be in great physical shape. I used to run a mile and, like an exceptional amount of time. I used to. I ran a couple of marathons in my lifetime. One of them was for the Ronald McDonald Foundation down in Georgia. That was an interesting run. Yeah, it was crazy. It was like a what was it like it was an 8 or 10K run. I cramped up twice. I forgot what place I came in, but that was back when I was very energetic when I was, let's just say 12, 15 years ago or whatever. Whenever that was my heyday. Oh, here, Pete. Alex says, "Just glad to be alive, mate. Wouldn't miss your life for anything." Oh, I appreciate you, Peter, man. You kind of ran in toward the end of the live stream. We're actually going on 2 hours now. That's crazy. Um, I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad you all are here too. Did you stitch the jeans? Somebody else joked about that in the comments too. One of my last dumpster dives, I ripped my pants so bad that it went down past my kneecaps. That was bad, bad. It was like every time I even put a little stress to jump up into a dumpster, like it put enough stress on the crotch area of my pants where it would go. more and more and more. And somebody was joking in the comments going, bet you wish you had a sewing machine. I got 16 of them up on the workbench. And I'm still not gonna sew the pants. You know, not with any of them sewing machines. But uh, uh a funny joke there, Julie. Peter says, mate, I was a decent rugby player when I was young, solid build and bulletproof. Now I'm in a wheelchair getting older sucks. Squirrel ass. I, that last part made me laugh, but yeah, man, Peter, getting old is a part of life. Yeah, I'm not nowhere near, you know, in, like, I'm not nowhere near my 50s, 60s, or 70s, but we're all gonna get there one day. And you know, a lot of us don't even, a lot of us, not a lot of us, but some of us don't even get that chance to get that old. So I mean, I've just learned in my life to be grateful for what you have and be grateful for what time you have here on this planet, this earth. You know, life could take you just like that, dude. And that's the sad part about it. That's reality, and that's things that I've come to terms with. And it's not really too much more else I could say about that, really. If anybody wants to add in on that, let me know in the comments. Good night, Mason, and you too, Dusty. Good night, buddy. I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much. I plan on doing more live streams here in the future. Alex says, did you see mine? Like this comment to fund the new pair of jeans? Yeah. Um, what was that? Was that in one of the previous comments of one of my videos, or was that just now in this comment list? I'm actually going to be going through all the comments and answering them tonight before I go to bed. I've been sleeping a lot the past 2 days, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep all that well tonight. Yeah. Peter says, I'm only bloody 49. Well, 50, 49, 50. I mean, um, yeah, I honestly thought you were a little bit older than that, but I'm still glad you're here with us. Always glad that you're here with us, buddy. You've been here at this channel for a long time, man, and you're awesome. And sorry about some of the things that you've been going through this past last year. And life can get real tough sometimes. And the only thing we can do is just keep on keeping on, keep pushing. My profile picture of me as Santa, I dyed my hair and beard for it. Oh, okay. That's maybe why I'm thinking that you might have been older. Oh, excuse me. Ah, that was a not so tired yawn. It was just a yawn. Oh, it was in another video. I'll be catching up on all my comments here this evening. My favorite YouTube channel makes me happy every upload. Um, I'm really glad that you enjoy all my content, man. You know, that's the one thing about my channel specifically is that I don't really carry a very consistent style of content. Like, you know how dumpster diving channels, they're typically only dumpster diving. They're only dumpster diving. And that's a part of the consistency that the algorithm on YouTube likes. I think that's one of the main reasons why a lot of only dumpster diving channels like that just do dumpster diving do well is because they, you know, like the algorithm sees it and it appears to be very consistent, which it is, because every episode is dumpster diving. You know, everybody here that's watching now, you guys know that I do more than just dumpster diving on this channel. You know, we process scrap metal, we hang out and do things with Mason Boy, and you know, we'll go morel mushroom hunting, and we're product reviewing camping fans, and you know, sometimes it makes me think, or it makes me wonder what the algorithm me. They're like, it's probably like, what the heck is this guy doing? You know? Oh, I collect pop cans. Pop cans. That's recycling. Did you manage to sell the vintage tools, or have they taken root into the trailer? Yeah, that's hilarious that you said that. They're actually underneath the trailer now. I pulled them out. I pulled them out of my quarters inside the trailer because I'm always strapped for room in there. You know, there's not much room in there. And when it comes to collecting things, it can clutter up so bad to where, well, makes it hard to do anything in there. So yeah, those tools, they're underneath the trailer. They're still on Facebook Marketplace. Um, I get messages every now and then about people that are interested in them, but you can only be so interested in them. You have to actually come and buy it and take it off my hands. I even offered I told one guy $30, come get everything in this box. You know, he only wanted like the gauge blocks out of the set of stuff that I had that from that one find. I'm like, dude, just give me $30 for all of it. And he never showed up. He seemed excited at first, but no, never showed. That's the one problem I have with Facebook Marketplace is that, yeah, your phone blows up constantly and then I never end up selling anything, no matter how good the listing looks. Yep. Stick them on eBay. You've got enough boxes to post them off in. I do got plenty of boxes, but that's one thing I do not have. I do not have an eBay account. That's something that I am thinking about creating. Is I want to create a PayPal account, an eBay account, you know, and go from there. I guess I can only learn so much at one time. eBay is a whole different platform that I don't really know nothing about. I know it's for buying and selling stuff and this and that, but yeah, that's a whole other ball field, and I got to learn. Yep. And Peter says, "Oh yeah, I already read that. You collect pop cans. Pop cans. I could walk in the backyard and trip all over pop cans everywhere. Bags of them. I need to turn in more pop cans. We got to do that. But anytime I bring more than 2 or 3 big bags, dude, I always I always fill up. I always end up filling up the machine. I gotta wait for them to like unclog it or like unload it, and then it takes a long time. And then yeah, 2 bags at a time is good. What's up? What do we got here? Um, what is your opinion? Wait, what is your opinion of scrappers that just pick up things and take to the yard without breaking things down? Hmm. That kind of sounds like you were describing me a little bit. Wait, let me read that one more time. What is your opinion of scrappers that just pick up things and take to the yard without breaking things down? Well, in my opinion, everybody has their own opinion on why they turn in things at scrapyards whole, I guess you could say. Everybody else has their own different reasons why, you know, and my main reasons say if I'm taking stuff to the yard, like you guys have probably seen videos of me turning in boatloads of motors and stuff without even considering bringing them back to break them down. I did that for a very specific reason, is because, well, you know, life can life can sure throw a buildup of problems all at one time, and you just add more onto it. It's never a good thing, you know. When it comes to scrap metal, you got to really take your mental health in consideration. Can you handle it or not? You know, and it's okay if you can't. It's okay if you don't want to bring things back and scrap them. It's completely up to you. It's your decision. You know, you're always going to get somebody telling you that, oh, you should definitely break that down for more money or this, that, or the other thing. But really, is there other things that that person's not taking in consideration of why somebody is scrapping things whole, taking things in as they are? You know, you can't really judge somebody unless you've actually felt what it's like to be in their shoes. You never know what someone's going through. Um, Sometimes that's all you can do is scrap what you have and just take it there as is. Yeah, it's just everybody has their reasons. That's my answer. Believe me, there's enough waste and scrap in this world to where many scrappers can turn in things whole and it won't even make a difference. You know, but honestly, if I can drop off a truckload of motors to a scrapyard, I know that that load of motors is going to go to somebody that's going to break them down faster than I ever could. That sounds like efficiency to me. It's better than me tripping over a pile of motors in the backyard. I'd rather trip over pop cans because motors hurt when you stub your toe on them. Yep. So they've been evicted then. Those tools have definitely been evicted. They are underneath the trailer, probably hanging out with that raccoon that I've been feeding pizza lately. Oh yeah, speaking of that, I gotta put his dinner out soon. That raccoon usually comes by around midnight. Eventually, yes, Alex. My daughter's 9 years old, loves to watch the channel with me. I've taken her out scavenging a couple of times, and we built a little scrap area at our house. She loves the way you say wires. Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you both for watching my channel and participating in responsible recycling, man. You two are doing your part, and you should feel good about that. I know I do. You're doing great work. Thank you. Truly appreciate all these awesome comments, everybody. Cheers from Central Texas. It's probably been getting pretty toasty down there in Texas, huh? Eyeball Express says, I wish there's more than 10 states that does the bottles and cans deposit return. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. Most of this country does not have a deposit system, and that's sort of shameful if you think about it. One thing I have noticed, like the last time I went traveling from Michigan to Florida, when I got out of Michigan and I got into Ohio, the amount of pop cans everywhere all over the grounds was just crazy to me. And and I hear stories of people, like old stories of people traveling to Ohio with like cube trucks, filling a cube truck or a cube van full of pop cans, and then humping them back up to Michigan to turn them in for the deposits. And you know I've actually heard people can make a good living doing that. Yeah, I heard it's kind of illegal, but I don't see why it should be illegal. Pop can's a pop can, right? That's what I think. Hmm. If we had a can deposit here in Scotland, I'd be out all the time collecting pop cans. Just and out all I could manage these days, but would definitely scratch my scrapper's itch. Definitely. I mean, think about it, man. Pop cans, if you're in a state where deposits are 10 cents a piece on that, like, I mean, what's easier, pop cans or tin shred at that point? I could almost find more pop cans than pounds of tin shred out there if I tried. Probably get paid more. Not that I'm saying leaving tin shred is a bad thing or a good thing. All I'm saying is recycle what you can and do what you can do. If something's too much for you, then don't do it. It's not worth the mental health issues. Once something overwhelms you too many times, it's not it becomes very unenjoyable. And that's something that I am not willing to do. I want to enjoy doing what I do. And which is another reason why I'm thinking about doing a long time lapse video on blasting through all this scrap metal back here tomorrow. I think tomorrow might be that video because it'll make editing be a lot easier, and it's virtually impossible to do fine edits on 8 hours or 10 hours of footage. That is just that is brain numbing work right there. If that's something that you're gonna do, like If you can take 8 hours of footage and weasel that down into 1 hour, you're editing on God mode. I don't know how you're doing it. And to be able to do that daily, that'd be insane. I don't think I'll ever get to that point. But Peter says he's got some advice for me. Well, what's that? Collect more pop cans? Oh, love you, man. Love all y'all. I really do. That's why I wanted to do this live stream tonight, because I knew I wasn't going to have a video ready to publish. So, my valued viewers, all 32 of you that are watching right now, y'all are the ones that I wanted to talk to the most. You guys are here for me, and I know that. I appreciate every one of you. Where's Mason at? Mason. He better not be down there getting a skunk, I tell you what. There you are, Mason boy. Here, you come on. You come on up here. Yeah. That's Mason boy. Yeah, come on, Peter. Spill the beans, man. Oh, here we go. When you go out scrapping, next day, unload the car and process it all immediately. Then fill your bench from the backlog at least once and process it. Do that every time and you'll clear the backlog. That's not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea. That might be just manageable to do for uploads as well. I'm going to read that one more time. When you go out scrapping, next day, unload the car and process it all. Immediately then fill your bench full of the backlog at least once and then process it. Do that every time. Yeah, I think you're right. And it won't overwhelm you. Yeah. That's actually a really good idea, man. Thanks for sharing that with me. Definitely be taking that in consideration. I'm going to hit this 100 thing a bunch of times because that was a good suggestion. That's me too. I'm doing hearts now. Can everybody see that or can I just see that? I bet somebody in the comments is like, okay. Oh, Oddball Express. It's very illegal. The states that have the deposits collect it in hopes that people don't turn them in to bring them in for other states. Yeah. Yeah, definitely crossing state lines with pop cans might be not a good idea. But I feel like there's worse things out there that you could do that's illegal. Other than, what's the right word for it? Smuggling pop cans. Merchant metals, pop can smuggler. I see them hearts. Here's some more for you, buddy. No, just Coca-Cola pop cans, buddy. I feel like they'd go lighter on you if it was just pop cans. But anyways, everybody, Mason Boy is just looking at me like, why aren't we inside yet? Mason. Hey. Mason. You gonna say bye to everybody? Mason Boy. He looks tired. Doesn't he? Yeah, I love my Mason Boy. He's a good dog. Yeah, in the next 4 or 5 minutes, we're gonna wrap up this live stream. So if there's anybody that's watching right now that wants to throw something in the comments, let it happen now, please. Because Mason looks like he's ready to go to bed. He's calling the shots right now. I gotta figure out what I'm having for dinner too. Something's gotta be something in there to eat. Love you too, Peter. I hope you have a good night's sleep, bud. I will be keeping up the best work that I can. Oh no. I got a pop-up saying that my OneDrive storage is full. It says, please get more storage, pay more money. Yeah, I'll X that out. I don't even know why I have OneDrive. It's useless. Thank you, Dale. Thank you. From Australia. Have a good one from Australia. Thank you, Phil. Dale. Hey, Dale, you're from the Philippines? Am I reading that right, buddy? Are you from the Philippines? I did not know that. Thank you, Mary. It has been an interesting live stream. I'm just recouping from the last couple of days. As you know, I've not been feeling that great, but we're getting through it. Yep. Dale, you just said now? So you're in the Philippines right now? Are you there visiting or do you actually live there? Oh, okay. Okay, so you moved there. Wow. What's it like in the Philippines, bud? That sounds pretty interesting. Maybe I get a plane ticket. Me and Mason Boy go to the Philippines. I don't know much about it out that way, but I think I might watch a YouTube video tonight about it. There's an explorer traveler guy that goes in and he goes exploring random places. His name is his YouTube name is Seal on Tour. Seal on Tour. He's a very interesting explorer type, and he basically does interviews on, you know, different cultures and different areas. And I don't know, give him a look up. He's interesting. He's kind of funny. Sometimes he might be a little not I'm not saying racial, not he's not racial at all really, but like he could come off as offensive sometimes, but it's just the way he is, I guess. But I like his sense of humor. He gives me a good laugh when I'm down. But yeah, Seal on tour. Funny guy. But anyways, yeah, we're going on 2 hours, 11 minutes. I think we're going to call it right now, and everybody have an awesome night. Mason, say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Look, he's like half asleep. Look at how tired he is. He's like, goodbye. All right. Thank you, everybody. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Peter, you have a good night. Everybody else, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.